Hey everyone, it's Sweetkid here, and in this video, I'll be covering every single bonus task in the Race Pass for CSR2 to help you guys understand what tasks you should do, what you may want to consider, and which ones you should just skip. And without further ado, let's get right into it. Now, just for your reference and readability, I've sorted them all by difficulty. And you might notice there's an other category down there, but I'll get to that at the end. Starting off with the easy tasks, the most easy to me is to spend cash. Now, you might be thinking, spending cash? That's wasting resources. How can that be easy? Well, there is a trick you can do in CSR2, and this is very easy. All you need to do is get a good life racing car or a dyno beater, it doesn't matter which one. Go into life races and wait for someone to challenge you. When they do, raise a 200k bet. Regardless if they accept or refuse, it'll count as 200k towards your challenge being done. So it might take you a minimum of 15 tries if it's 3 million and you're able to get 200k bets out there. But it could take more if you're unable to find people who have enough money, because if they don't have 200k, it could be less. So you're spending less towards a challenge than what's needed. But nevertheless, it's very easy. And even if they accept, your car is likely going to be able to win because it's a good life racer. And this is why I say take a good life racer or a dyno beater. So in the event someone does accept, you can win your cash back, no problem. The next challenge that's considered easy to me is fitting fusion parts. Although I will say it consumes quite a bit of gold. Because my trick, regardless of rarity, is I go to the Mustang Boss 302. Because my Mustang Boss 302 is fully maxed of every single fusions. And because it's a tier 1 and it has uncommon, rare, and epic fusions on it, the thing is I'll just remove the fusion, put it back on, remove it, put it back on, remove it, put it back on, repeating until the challenge is done. And this can take up to, I would say, 500 gold on a bad day if I have to do it to 20 elite fusions. So if it's rare ones, it's not so bad. If it's uncommon, that would be the best. And of course, epics are the worst. But because it's a tier 1, removing fusions and putting back, it doesn't take up much cash or gold. Although gold is a bit of a stretch because it will take 5 gold for uncommons, 10 for rares, and 25 for epics. So on a worst case, I'm spending 20 times 25, which would be 500 gold. But still, I find this very efficient in the event you don't have any cars to fit fusion parts on. Yes, I do have a lot of cars in my garage which I don't have fusion parts fitted for this challenge, but if, let's say, it's a Porsche and right now I need a lot of Porsche fusions, I don't want to just fit an epic fusion onto a car that I don't care about and won't see myself using. Instead, I'll just spend it on the Mustang Boss. So I rather than putting a fusion on a car which might need me pull it off later, I'm just spending gold to get the challenge out of the way and on a car that is inexpensive to a degree to do this challenge. So that's pretty straightforward for me. Of course, if you happen to be upgrading a car and you have to get this challenge, by all means go ahead and upgrade that car, because you will be killing 2 birds with 1 stone. But where I'm concerned, again, I typically prefer doing it to the Mustang Boss unless I need to upgrade a car with the rarity of fusion parts that I need. So with that said, let's move on to the next one. The next one's pretty self-explanatory. It's to increase the elite level of a tier 2 car or above. And this is why I often recommend people, if they get the BMW M235i from Rare Imports, to keep that around. The same thing can be said for the Mustang GT Premium, the Audi RS5 Coupe, the old one, the Dodge Viper GTS, Jeep Cherokee Trackhawk, and to a lesser extent, the Tier 5 cars. And of course, Tier 4, you will see a few more like the NSXs, the Vantages, but in Tier 5, you will have the Huracan Coupe, the LB Huracan Silhouette, what else is there in Tier 5? The Porsche 911R and, of course, the Legends cars. Because those are a higher cost to upgrade the rarity. So in such an event, that's why I keep a lot of BMW M235i's around. Because sure, they're pretty useless, but they're at least good for this challenge. So I'll just need to upgrade them 7 times because it's usually 7 levels, and they only use green tokens and a bit of blue ones, which are the most common. So what I'll do is I'll just upgrade it and I'll just strip the car, or I'll save it for the other challenge, which I'll just bring up at the end of this category. Okay, moving on for a bit, the next 2 are pretty simple. Win races in Showdown, pretty easy, because Showdown is trophy based, not performance based like live racing. So at some point you're gonna have to lose enough races, and when you lose enough races you get knocked down, and when you get knocked down your opponents will be slower. So when you race those guys you just win. So it's pretty self-explanatory. Or if you're at the very top, just keep racing, you'll get your 5 wins eventually. Next up, earn RP is pretty simple, and I believe they remove a trick where you could get to the RP bonus in Showdown, claim that, and it will count to this. Despite that, this is very easy, because if you're doing your live races to get your keys, you're going to be winning them anyway. So it's about 1,000 RP per win, assuming you have 1,000 evil or more on your car. And this comes very naturally. So as long as you're progressing in your live racing, you're earning RP. So it's very, very straightforward. Next up, donating crew tokens. You'll get crew tokens from your daily bonus, from, what's it called? Pit Stop Heroes. The cups that you'll see, either the one of the daily trials or crew cups or token cups. You'll get a ton of them, and it's usually donate 20. So after a wild card is run in your crew, just put 20 tokens down and that's a challenge done. Though sometimes it could be a bit difficult because all the wild cards are full and you cannot donate. I understand that, but nevertheless, it's a very easy challenge, because once the wild card runs out, just make a note to donate your tokens, and that's the challenge knocked out right there. Next up, fit upgrades to any car. And this is why I said I keep the BMW M235i's around as well, because those are tier 2, and understandably it's any car. So while it may be a bit daunting to see 60 upgrades, 80 upgrades, I've even seen 120 upgrades. As long as you have a tier 1 or tier 2 car, it's very easy to upgrade them just to stage 3 and strip the car or sell it. I don't recommend selling, I just do so because money is not an object for me. I just want the car out of my way. So sometimes I do sell them, but it's in your best interest to just strip the car and get the parts from it, because you may never know when you can use them. So this is why you should keep tier 1s and tier 2s out of rare imports. Like if you see a lot of those Volkswagen Golf GTIs, Audi TTRSs, Toyota 86s, or Barfs, don't worry, they're still good for something, and that's this Race Pass challenge. By upgrading them to level 3 upgrades, each and every one of them is 21 upgrades each, because you don't upgrade past stage 3 because stage 4 takes time to come in. So by that time, I'd rather you just upgrade stage 3, strip the car, rinse and repeat until you're done. And if you really, really don't have any stage tier 1 cars, you can just go to the dealer and buy some. They aren't too expensive, and I would say playing the game for about 20 minutes, you should have enough to at least upgrade one. So it's not that bad. So that's all the easy challenges out of the way, and these are challenges I'll just say do them. If you have them, do them. There's no reason not to, because they're so easy. The next category are medium difficulty ones, and I personally consider these a bit irritating. They're not the worst, but they're still irritating. The first one is to fit a stage 3 upgrade or better to a tier 3 car or better. So what this means is that you need, as it says, stage 3 or higher, stage 3, 4, 5, to a tier 3, 4, 5 car. So stages 1 and 2 don't count. And this is why, again, I keep tier 3 cars around from rare imports, especially the Mustang, because I can use the elite levels for the other challenge as well as upgrade it. So when I strip it, the parts are generally going to be good. And of course, the Audi RS5 Coupe. With these two cars, I will upgrade them all to stage 5 because if you look at stage 3, 4, 5, it's 21 upgrades, and a stage 5 upgrade on a car and 4 is still cheaper than buying a new tier 3 car and upgrading that to stage 3, because if I do, stages 1 and 2 don't count, so it doesn't matter. So every car is worth 21 upgrades, and of course you should just strip them when you're done. Don't sell them, even I don't, because stage 3s generally they might offer some epic fusions. It doesn't happen all the time, but just be prepared. So as such, I would say again, keep your tier 3 cars around, upgrade them to stage 5, and boom, it's 21 upgrades per car. So usually you need to upgrade about 2 of these to max to stage 5, and one last tier 3, just upgrade 1 or 2 parts to stage 3, and you're done. The next challenge I would say is quite irritating is opening bronze crates. And the reason I say it's irritating is because this is often that one challenge that takes a lot of time, because I don't like opening bronze crates that cost me bronze keys. And I would say it's hard, but I wouldn't say it's hard again, because oftentimes events are running and I will have cars for those events. And as long as you open a parts crate in the rare imports tab, it counts towards this challenge. So worst case, you just need to open the 100 key bronze crate 20 times, but I don't recommend it unless you're really running out of time to do the challenge. Besides that, just do what you do in CSR2 day to day, and just open your crates as and when they come, the free ones. There is a free bronze crate every 4 hours, so don't forget that. That will contribute a lot. And of course, crates in showdowns, events, the Prestige Cup, so on and so forth. Just remember to open them every single day, the moment they become free, because they'll count to the challenge. So besides that, it's actually quite easy. It's just very time consuming, and it's why I find it quite irritating. Next one is to fit a stage 6 upgrade to a tier 4 car or better. Now, this challenge can be quite irritating if you don't have a stage 6 upgrade to spare. And this is why I stand by my belief that you should only upgrade a car that's not a good life racer as much as you need it. If you can put a stage 6 on that car, you can, but you shouldn't, because it's better that you save that car for a challenge like this. And this is why in my garage I have a lot of tier 4s and 5s with missing stage 6s. It's not because I cannot afford to fit them. I can, but I'm prepared for this challenge. So in case I get this challenge, I can just go to one of my many cars with missing parts, fit the part, and that's the challenge done. And this, I should note, is always one part, unlike the fit stage 3 or better. Fit stage 3, it's usually 30 to 45. I've seen it go as high as 60. But with this one, it's always only one stage 6. So that's what saves it from being a hard challenge. It's just one. And of course, the worst case, you can just spend a bit of gold, remove a stage 6 from a car, put it back on, but I don't recommend it because that's a waste of gold. You're better off using your gold for gas. Now, those are the easy and medium challenges out of the way. Now I wanted to talk about the hard ones, because these can be very irritating. The first one, obviously, I know that a lot of you have seen it. Get a car from a gold crate. Now, the issue here isn't necessarily that you have to spend gold keys, but it's also when there's no drop rate, because a lot of times when I get this challenge, no events with gold crates are running. So if I have to progress, I will spend 10 gold keys, which can be quite irritating. And the worst ones are having to open 3 of those. I mean, opening 1 is already bad enough because 10 gold keys doesn't come from the sky. I have to usually save them over multiple seasons. So having just below 10 of them right there is worth also about 10 real dollars in real life. So it's quite irritating. And most of the time I just get something completely lousy, like a LB BMW M4 Coupe, so on and so forth. I just get all those crappy cars. I've never seen a good car come up when there's no drop rate. So you can see my frustration from this challenge and why I don't like it. But one saving grace is that if you get both of them, and both challenges in your bonus challenges are open 1 gold crate, you can open 1 to progress both of them. So that's the one saving grace. Although I use the word saving grace very loosely, because at the end of the day, you're spending gold keys to get that challenge done. And as a result, I consider it hard, because if you're a free player, you don't buy gold keys like me, it could be quite difficult to get past this challenge, because they're basically forcing you to spend resources if you want to progress. Now, the final ones are challenges I find very, very irritating, and I would say they are damn near impossible if I do say so myself. The first one is to increase the rarity of a tier 3 car or above. And don't confuse this with the first challenge with increase an elite level. Increasing an elite level is like upgrade from level 1 to level 10. That's increasing your elite level. Increasing the rarity is putting a star on the car. So, for example, the Mustang GT Premium, that's a 2-star car if you get it for rare imports. To upgrade the rarity, you have to upgrade the elite level enough that the star changes from 2 to 3. Or in elite tuners like the recent one of the Honda, what you need to do is convert from no stars to 3 stars, 3 to 4, 4 to 5, and 5 to 5 purple stars. That's increasing the rarity, and most of the time you're not going to have a car that's on the brink of having a rarity upgrade. In fact, I have none. And the one time I did this challenge was with one of my elite tuner cars. It just so happened I got this challenge, and that day I had enough to complete my car's rarity, so I converted it from 5 gold stars to 5 purple stars. I got the challenge done, but that wasn't the main goal. My main goal was to upgrade my car. I just happened to get very lucky. So as a result, I got that challenge out of the way, but it's still very difficult, and I don't recommend doing that challenge ever. If you see, just admit defeat. There's no shame in it. I have no shame in doing so. So just leave it alone until the next race pass or the next week comes along. And the final challenge I will talk about is the one I've seen quite often. It's get a 5-star car from a gold crate. And the fact it has to be a 5-star car and from a gold crate is a big issue, because if it's just to get a 5-star car, you could easily, honestly, most of the time, open silver crates until you get the Prestige Cup car, because most of the Prestige Cup cars these days are 5 stars. So, but it doesn't count, because they want you to open gold crates, and often you can open 7 gold crates, get to loyalty, and you won't see a 5-star car. Yes, I know I put a video up where I got a Zenvo. I got the drop rate car being the Ferrari 812 GTS compared to Zione, whatever it was. I got the Porsche Taycan Turbo S, whatever that was. And I got the Chevrolet Chevelle HS Customs under pressure. So in one run, I got 4 5-star cars, and that doesn't come very often. I have seen a lot of gold crate openings where I can open 7 of them and I won't see a single 5-star car. So because of that, I consider this very difficult. If you happen to get a 5-star, it's honestly quite rare, and you should be happy. But I will note that the loyalty bonus will apply to this challenge, because once I had it, but I was opening crates anyway, so I just want to see if you could do it. And yes, the rarity will count if the rarity of that drop rate car is 5 stars. So if that's it, let's move on to the final category. And these are 2 challenges I haven't seen in a very long time. I don't know if they're still here, but I just want to go over them. And if I had to rate them by difficulty, Get a win streak in Showdown. It can be a bit difficult if you're looking at your current trophy level. So you're basically racing against other people with very similar cards to you. If you really are struggling, just lose about 10 or 20 races and you're going to be down with slower players. So you can just win 3 or 5. I cannot remember how many races it was. Win them in a row, and this is one challenge out of the way. And the final one, of course, is I would lump it with the easy challenge: win live races. Because again, if you're going for your keys every single day, you're gonna have to do that anyway. So it's pretty easy. And with that said, that's my little guide over here done out of the way. If you have any questions, concerns about the race pass, if you want me to cover a challenge that I might have skipped over because it slipped my mind, do let me know in the comments and I'll make a separate video, or I'll put them in a comment in this video. With that said, thank you so much for listening to my guide, and I'll see you next time.